So we've already seen folks going to be out. They're not on the roads, so they must be out on the roads, right? No one is out on the roads.
They're not working today. They got the kids. They're going. They're going to go somewhere there's
up
water.
At the lake swimming, you know, at a friend's house, whatever.
That's what the weekend's for.
But you know, when your mom, you sort of come at these places with the big bags filled with the life jackets. Dr. Elizabeth Murray joining us now with some advice.
Yeah.
And I always feel like whenever I go, I don't have the right thing. You know, I always think I have the right thing, and then, you know, an expert on the scene will be like, well, did you have one with blank, 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 blank? And I'm like, no, I don't.
We used to just wear the floaties as a kid, though. Remember just the floaties we had as kids? But that's not enough, really, in some cases.
Well, key point about that is if it can inflate, it can deflate. And so you don't think about that. So anything that you blow up, you don't ever want to use as a life-saving device or a life protection device, because what if it pops a hole?
Yeah.
So we always want to be right around the children when they're in any body of water. We call it touch supervision. So we should be able to reach out and touch you, just to keep you safe. Because if that child goes under, you want to be able to grab them right away.
Right.
And then that dedicated supervisor, that person needs to be full attention, not reading a magazine, not looking at the cell phone, full attention for there. Because one common thing we hear is, there's so many people around. Oh, I thought he was watching. I thought they were watching. When these accidents do happen, you know, you have a big party and there's adults everywhere. Oh, somebody must be watching the children. And unfortunately, sometimes that just doesn't happen.
We actually had a party once. In the last 2 years, we've hired some lifeguards to come in. And at first I wondered, I'm like, is this necessary? The number of parents that said, thank you so much, because they were there.
Right.
But maybe you get slightly involved in a conversation.
Right.
And it actually, as the homeowner, it made me feel a lot better, too.
Yeah. You know, we say if you don't have the ability to do that, you know, 15-minute shifts or so, just have somebody watching and having that dedicated person there. Because another major myth, and, you know, if you take nothing else away, take this away, is that drowning is a silent event. People assume that they're going to hear splashing and
the
thrashing.
flailing and all of that, the thrashing around. No.
One consistent message we hear every single time is, but I heard nothing. I heard nothing. And that's because the child just goes down, they go under the water. And so they're not on the surface making the noise. So drowning is a silent event. So don't expect to be able to hear something. You have to
terrifying.
Be eyes in the water.
So you brought some great flotation devices here that are, I mean, these are legit.
These are very popular.
These are legit. What are these here?
So these are kind of the new version of the floaties. So they have a foam core, so they don't deflate, but they provide some ability to stay above the water. But you need to be an active swimmer or have some ability to do this. You know, that is not going to be appropriate for an infant, because they're probably just going to go right through it.
Right.
So if you have a child that's a toddler, that goes, their arms go through here, and then that goes around them.
And this is in the front, right?
Right, and you know, the companies want you to do the right thing, and so they have a lot of good labeling right on the inside. You know, you take that.
Yeah, this says front, like, you know, I mean, it's foolproof, right?
But what it also will say is that this is a swimming aid vest on the inside, versus something more serious,
an actual life jacket,
which is for boating, approved by the Coast Guard.
Oh, wow.
Life jacket. And so we can't really see, but in here, this has got weight information, but it also has a rating. So there's basically 3 different type of life jackets for boating and being out on the water. The type 1 is kind of the most serious. You're not going to see that around. That's for out on the oceans. But then the 2 and the 3 is what you have to think about for boating. And the design differences there would be, if a major accident occurs and you have to worry about a person being unconscious, will the life jacket help keep an unconscious person's head above water? This type, the type 3, which is most common, will not, but this is what Hannah's wearing out on the water. This is what people usually wear for boating when they're in areas where, God forbid, something happens, they can be found quickly. There's lots of people around. So this will be probably your most common, good for going out and boating, sports, things when people are going to be around.
Can you hold off? Can you stick around for another segment with us, if that's possible?
Yeah, this is some stuff that people are going
really
and buying,
important. I had no idea.
I want to know some more.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We've got Dr. Elizabeth Murray with us. We'll be right back. Weather, traffic, and headlines next.